tell you so much about what it says in Shmini, but it's talking about the Yom HaShmini, means the 8th day of the 7 days of Miluim that they were preparing for the setting up of the Mishkan. And the 7th day, the 8th day was Rosh Chodesh Nisan. And it was like the greatest day, and everybody was waiting. And an interesting thing happens is that Aaron had to bring a korban for himself, and also a korban for the nation, and some other korbanos, but the main was a chatas, a sin offering for Aaron, and a sin offering for the nation. And a lot of times we have this kind of dialogue, sometimes it's explicit and sometimes not, implied. But sometimes the people are saying, where are our leaders? How come they're not telling us what to do? And if, the Geula doesn't come, it's because our leaders are not good. And sometimes the leaders are screaming at the people, guys, how much time have I told you not to talk in shul and not to do this and not to speak Lashon Hara, and many, many things that we get from the leaders, and they're saying, complaining about us. So Hashem says, you're both right. You're both right. Chas v'sholom, I don't want to speak about our leaders, but even with Aaron HaKohen, when he had to set up the Mishkan, he had to bring a korban for himself, and that was first. He had to show that he's not perfect. He's not God. He's a human being who tries his best. And sometimes a korban chatas means an accidental avera. And he may have had some accidental averas. And he needs to have a kapara. And the nation also needs. And halavai, all that we ever do is only accidental. But that's really what it's about, my friends, is that we can't cast blame. Oh, if only the leaders were as great as Moshe and Aaron, and our leaders are saying if only the nation was as great as the Dora Midbar, whatever it is. That's not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is everybody has to improve. Everybody needs siyat dishmaya. So much so that when all the korbanos were done and they were doing the Torah, and Moshe went in with Aaron, which is very strange because going into the Kodesh and the Kodesh HaKodashim, only one person could go in. But this is an exception to the rule because Aaron and Moshe were both, as it were, the Kohen Gadol. And it says in Rashi that Moshe went in with him and he came out and he said, listen, my dear brother, this is what we should do. Don't be depressed that we haven't seen a revelation of Hashem yet. And when they came out together, then Vayera es Kvod Hashem. And that's it's a Vayera Kvod Hashem El Kol Ha'am. The whole nation saw it, and that's when it's a Teitza Eish, and then the fire came out and ate up all the sacrifices that were there, and everybody bowed down, and it was such an amazing thing. And so everybody's waiting to have a revelation of Hashem. And then one of the saddest episodes, that Nadav and Avihu, Aaron's two elder sons, they saw what happened and they got so excited and they decided to take Torah and a fire that was not asked from Hashem. They went inside to be Matir Torah. They were so excited about the opportunity to have such a close relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But Hashem sent out a fire again and took them. Now, some people say it was a punishment. Some people say it was Hashem was happy with their service. We're not going to look at it. We look at the fact that Aaron was very upset that his children died. And it seems to be the majority of commentaries say that they made a mistake. And part of what we sometimes do in our own lives is we get ahead of ourselves. We get so excited and we want to do things, and when it doesn't work out, we get all upset. And it's almost like the situation we were hoping Mashiach would come and he didn't come. Not yet. That means, like I said before, we got to work on ourselves. We got to tweak and fine tune. Like I said about the sphere, each day of the sphere is an opportunity for us to work and develop ourselves. This is an opportunity HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to give us this opportunity. They say that by Pesach Sheni, guys, hopefully we'll all be ready. Hopefully there will be a Beis HaMikdash. Hopefully we'll have had a Para Aduma and we'll become Tahar, and we can bring the korban in less than 3 weeks from now. That'd be amazing. And then Lag BaOmer, I'm not sure. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai will come down to the base of Mikdash and we'll have big celebration there. You know, we don't know how it's going to work. Halavai, halavai. And again, I wish it would come in such a way that it's not so challenging for us. But the challenge for us means that we're one of those, the elite athletes that we need training. We need the training. We can't just like have I got this talent and then I'm a great, fighter or whatever. But you know what? If you don't train, so then you're not going to be able to compete. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving us that training that hopefully will develop ourselves to be the ones that will always be able to be victorious, but at least to fight and B'ez Hashem win as often as we can. B'ez Hashem, with that struggle that we do internally and with our adversary, the Yetzer Hara, hopefully that will dispel any of the virus. If we cast out our virus, then hopefully the virus will stay away from us. And B'ez Hashem will all be healthy and happy and ready to serve Kadosh Baruch Hu in whatever capacity each and every one of us has with the Bias Gold Tzedek. Bimheira be'ameinu, amen.